This is Brother H.A. Jabbar, Interim Director of Racial Justice Now. And I am excited about an event we have coming to you on May 5th and 6th, our Warrior, Healer, Builder Super Weekend. Not just a weekend, but a super weekend, because we're going to have and be bringing out our dear family, Baba Wekesa and Mama Afia Madzimoyo. And they're coming all the way up, excuse me, from Atlanta. And so they're going to help us out in our campaign to promote culturally relevant curriculum and culturally responsive schools. Many of you know we've been doing this since last October, September, last August. We've been doing this. And so they're going to have some dynamic super weekend events for us. It's a small fee. You know that freedom ain't free. We're going to be talking about that great ancestor of ours, Harriet Tubman, and many other great ancestors of our own. We're going to be talking about a number of things, but we want to bring on our dear brother, Baba Wekesa Madzimoyo, to talk a little bit more about this super weekend that we have coming for you, the Warrior, Healer, Builder Super Weekend. Baba Wekesa.
Hey,
Welcome.
how you doing, my brother? So glad to have you here, and I'm excited about this super weekend, man. We're gonna have a grand time.
So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your history? To lay a little groundwork, I was blessed. My wife and I were blessed when you came to Cincinnati. We know that you were just in Columbus. We know that you do a lot of traveling, Texas, and around the nation, around the world as well. My wife saw you in D.C. We have a video of you up on our website, RJ in Ohio, where you were at a community healing event,
That's right.
because this is not just about education, but it's also about healing. So if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself. I was upset, man. We had to leave at Cincinnati. Babysitters aren't free. Freedom is not free. So we
Absolutely.
had to get back home. But it was well worth the drive, and it was a blessing. So we look forward to hosting you in Dayton. So just please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Well, first, my name is Wekesa Madzimoyo, and I am co-director of Aya Educational Institute, along with my wife, Afia Madzimoyo. And our school is Aya Educational Institute. It's both a research institute and it's a school for middle school and high school students, but a research institute where we have been working to develop curricula and methodology that's culturally relevant, that's African centered, and that's for our children, not just for their academics, but also for their confidence. It's also for to produce students who will know how to use their smarts and their skills and their knowledge to raise our community and the world in that order. So that's the school part, middle school and high school. We're excited about that. We also have been working in the area of personal and leadership development for our adults and in our community. So when we're talking about unity, we'll be talking about how do we but we all know we love unity and we know that we need unity. The problem is when we begin to act in ways that where we want to unify, where we need to cooperate. About the time it looks like we're ready for success, what happens is, conflict, communication miscues, egos get in the way, and it seems to crumble. Well, we didn't like that. We decided we were going to, as a research institute, take on studying why that happened and how to intervene and counter that. And we've come up with processes for doing that, and not just theoretical ones. We've actually tested them. We've put them in practice so that our unity is something that we don't just dream about. It's something that we have. Again, what else you want to know about me, bro? Let's just rock this thing, in a
Hey man,
conversation, man.
but just go get your tickets. That's what they need to know. Go get your tickets. It's AYAED.com/Dayton,
Forward
DAYTO, and just
slash.
go get your tickets. I mean, we're about to receive a blessing, and quite frankly, sometimes if you're not in the right place at the right time, you will miss your blessing. So if you are not here for the Warrior Healer Builder Super Weekend on May 5th and 6th, starting on a Friday evening and a Saturday day. It's going to be a very informative and not just something that we can have a good feel good session we can talk about, but something that we can take and bring back to our community and develop our community so that we can develop the world, as our brother said, in that order. So
tell
if you
you
can
what.
just tell us a little bit about.
Let me tell you about some of the events. Okay, I'm going to pop it up on the screen so that we can see as I go through uh, 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 the events. Starting Friday night, 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. It's Harriet Tubman, the Araminta warrior healer builder story. And this is important because Harriet Tubman is popular now. Harriet Tubman will be on the $20 bill. All right. Unfortunately, on the other side of the $20 bill will be her enemy, Andrew Jackson. We'll deal with that then. Many people don't even know that. Many people believe that she will be on the $20 bill only. Not quite. And so we need to tell her story because other people are telling her story, and they will be. There's going to be a movie about her. There are several new books have been about her. The problem is they are neutering her. They're not telling her warrior story, her healer story, and her builder story. And why that's so important is because we need the warrior Araminta to come into us right now. We need our children to be able to
You keep
face.
saying Araminta. What do you mean by
Thank
Araminta?
you
What,
so
who is
much.
that?
So Araminta is the name that her parents gave her. Okay, Harriet Tubman is a name. Her mother was named Harriet, and so as she got to be older, she took her mother's name, but her basket name given to her was Araminta, and we'll tell you the history
Wow.
about that when we get there. There's so many other things about Harriet Tubman. Like, let me see. Let me slip one thing in here, so your readers, your listeners, will really know.
Come on now.
We're going to make
Take
sure
notes.
that they have allowed or have made Araminta or Harriet Tubman a universal black orphan. That is, no family, and or anything like that. See, and we're going to be changing that. Okay, we can't be having Araminta being a universal black orphan. Okay, and so we got to make sure that she is on the one. And just a second, I got some kind of disturbance here in my background. That's a problem getting all my communication lines going in one place. But that's okay. Thank you. Sorry for that interruption. The point is, the reason we tell stories and the reason for history is so that the it's about the future. If I'm going to educate my son and I want courage to develop in my son or my daughter, then I will reach back into my past or my grandfather's past or my grandmother's past. And what I'll do is I will tell a story of courage because I want her or him to develop courage in the future. You see, history and stories are not about the past. It may be about the past, but it's for the future. So it's so important that the story that we choose to tell of Harriet Tubman is the story of qualities that we want to develop in our people, that our people and our children need now. So that's Harriet Tubman, the warrior, healer, builder story. Let me go on down the list so you'll see some other things that we are.
And that was Friday night, right?
Friday night, you see it on the screen, 6 to 9 p.m. Now let's go to Saturday, because the beautiful thing about this, it's 5 events over 2 days, and it's only $20. Okay, any one of these events is worth much more than that. So that's Friday. Now Saturday morning from 9 to 10. For those who want to become certified to be storytellers of this Araminta, this Harriet Tubman.
That's me. I do. Yes, sir.
Because, if we don't tell it, then other people won't. So this takes you through what is that process of certification to be WHB certified storyteller. And you check that out. You may be seeing not just the Harriet Tubman story, also the Black Wall Street story. Oh, and that's a monster. That's a monster. Anyway, let's keep on moving. All right, now next we're going to have, you'll see there, the African-centered education. That starts at 10 o'clock.
User
all right?
left your channel.
So even if you don't come to the 9 o'clock session for the Warrior Healer Builder Storyteller, and you just come to the African-centered education, then it'll blow you away. We're going to feature the Family Lore Project, and this is a project where that accentuates the learning and language arts and history, starting with our families, my brother. Okay, so that based on focusing on their family, they develop the skills that they can then use to analyze a Shakespearean poem. Now, I want you to get me. I'm not teaching them to analyze a Shakespearean poem so they can learn to analyze their family. It doesn't work that way. They analyze their family lore, the history and literature, and using those same skills, then they can analyze any poem by anybody, anywhere in the world. See, education as we know it is alienating. The more our children are educated, the more they're moved away from their
Yep.
families.
Right.
Okay? So we have to
Right.
stem that. And so instead of just complaining about it, it also, for those of us who are advocates in public school, it gives us the tools that we need to challenge. Just yesterday, I was presenting at Decatur High School here in the Atlanta metro area. They formed a black student union. It's an excellent thing for us to begin to support middle school and high school students, particularly forming a black student union, okay, so that they begin to be unified, get our support around that in the face of this resurging racism and handcuffed students, you know, all that stuff, okay. Now,
Hello, somebody.
hello, somebody. So what we did then presented 4 classes to them on Black history. We did the first last time. Black teachers were there, counselors were there, the superintendent was there. It was blown away, okay? Because we start with, okay, here's what you got to do. So my point is, the tools that we bring can be used if we're doing rites of passage programs, if we're doing after-school programs, if we're operating in public schools, charter schools, private schools, because, again, we're a research institution. Our job is to look at the problems of our people and then come up with solutions, test those solutions, so that I'm not just throwing ideas out there. We're throwing programs that you can implement. And the other one is going to be Sankofa math. And this is how we can begin to grapple with the fact that our children and our community is just going down, down, down in terms of math skills, and therefore their ability to use those skills for our community is going down, down, and down. We're going to have to arrest that, and we've begun that with a program called Sankofa Math that I developed along with my wife when I was principal of a charter school some years ago. All right, let's get back to the what's next. So let me pull it back up on screen and try to keep it rolling here. I hope y'all hear my excitement. You know, this is just nothing but the truth in this. So let's go back. So now we're at from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. All right, you see that on Saturday. Now this is a 4-hour workshop. This is not a 4-hour lecture. This is an interactive workshop, and we call it our Warriors, Healers, Builders, a taste of Warriors, Healers, and Builders, because this session is usually a weekend retreat, usually 3 days, where we've condensed it to give everybody a taste. Personal and leadership development we'll be focusing on, relationship and conflict resolution skill building, and clearing the toxic communication patterns for stronger families. You see, part of what the oppressor has done has created patterns of communication that make it hard for us to succeed. I'm trying to get it right, but if I've been taught a pattern that then triggers all kind of negative responses, I'll give you an example. I know, because we're going to make it real for folks, because they're going to know what they're getting here. And I'm bordering on going a little bit over time, but I'm going to try to bring it on down and keep this to
No, we can't cut you. We're gonna have to cut you short, Wekesa, because we're gonna have to come back. You got too much there for us, man. This is not gonna be a weekend, but a super weekend. Please go to the website ayaed.com /Dayton, Dayton. Get your tickets, by your aunties, by your cousins, by your friends, by your nieces, by your nephews, by your neighbors. Okay, we have already purchased 15 tickets because I have some friends and family that I have to get in front of you, that have to see you, that have to be certified storytellers, so we can take what you bring us, what you give us, with you and your beautiful family and wife, all the way up from Atlanta, so that we can bring it back to our community. We're going to bring this all over the school district, Baba Wekesa, and we cannot wait. Please buy your tickets today, not tomorrow, not 15 minutes, ayaed.com /Dayton. Thank you so much for being with us, Baba Wekesa. We can't wait to have you in Dayton. I've been jealous of Cincinnati. I've been jealous of Columbus. They already had you there, but we bringing you back to Gym City. These are where the gyms are, Baba. These are where the gyms are. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, my brother. You take care. I'll look forward to it
Peace.
May 5th and 6th.